زينة طاولات أزهار وشراشف. بنفكر أنه تزيينها سهل ولكن بدها ذوق مميز. مدير عام الفعاليات بمدينة جميرة أندريا أرسلان هي الشخص المطلوب. من خلال خبرتها رح تورجينا شو هي الأفكار المناسبة لعرسنا. Andrea, orange and gold are warm, welcoming, and royal colors, and they must reflect on the whole ambiance of the wedding. Would you tell us more? How did you cater for this idea of the wedding, evolving these two colors?
Yeah, my pleasure to explain a little bit further to you. Orange and gold go into a very Ottoman direction, or an Ottoman style. It's very royal, as you already mentioned. Warm colors, and therefore it's very welcoming and showing a good hospitality on a wedding. Not to make it too heavy on a decoration point, it's also very important to not go into using these colors too often and too much. It's very good that you start breaking the warmth and with going into a direction of using glass and more transparency.
Okay, so as you've explained, not to use too much of it, but that's why it's very important for these two colors to mix and match and find a good harmonious balance between them. Do you think it's okay for one of these colors, like for example gold, to dominate on orange, or the other way around?
But it has to give a good harmony in both parts. So you would use one color as a base, and gold is a very good color to use as a base for it. And then you bring little touches and little points in it with the orange, just to make it bright and make it look very royal and welcoming. I can show you some pieces if you want to of different kinds of what we can use. So what we would suggest is to use it as a base gold. I just give it to you. So that's a very brocade cloth, which is a little bit of a more heavy material. So this will be the base on the table itself.
Okay.
To make it look light and not too heavy, we have some organza, which we will put on top of it, which reflects as well. It's a little bit going into an orange gold direction. Okay. So if you put both on each other, you will see it gives a very nice effect.
It's a very nice effect, yeah.
So it's a little bit shiny, but it also the gold shimmers through it.
الكيك دائما بيكون محط الأنظار، ولكن اختياره مش سهل. توني هويل طاهي تنفيذي بيستري بمدينة جميرة رح يسهل هالمهمة. Chef Tony, the cake is a main focus point of the wedding. That's why it's very important to be chosen carefully in terms of size and shape. Now, given the theme of our wedding, what would you recommend?
First of all, we have to find the guests you have for the wedding. Then, judging on how many guests, that's how many tiers we have. One tier usually will feed 50 guests. Then we have to find out the theme of the wedding, the colours of the cake. In this instance, it's an Ottoman theme, so we're going with gold, orange, very rich colours. Then we'll find out what flowers they want on the cake, whether they want fresh flowers, synthetic flowers, icing flowers. Then we go with the decoration on the cake, whether it's icing again, whether it's chocolate icing, whether it's white icing, whether it's buttercream icing. So there's a lot of criteria for the cake.
We would go into a direction of using the glass, the centerpiece, which is the most important and most impressive point on a table decoration for a wedding. Okay. We'll be going into a similar direction of this. This is not really exactly showing how it will look like, but it will be a very nice glass vase, like a tube going up very high. It's more in the center. It will be more wide and open. It's not just a closed.
So you would use other materials?
Yes.
Okay.
It's also good to change the materials or make a mixture of materials. It's not good if you just go into one direction. So what we would like to show is to make it more lively, this table, it's good to use different...
Speaking about that, do you think that using a third element or a third color would ruin the whole concept, or is it okay to like put a little touch of a different color to break the, let's say, not going strictly with these two colors?
But you could do this, of course, but you don't want to go into a direction of being too colorful, just too, you know, too poppy.
So keep the base of these two colors.
I would do this. Well, you anyway have the green in it, as always. As you use flowers, you always have green, and this makes it very lively as well already. So I would stay with the orange, which you can see here. We have wonderful flowers here, and I would go to roses because rose is the flower of love, which is also always to use on a wedding, very nice. And there are very, very nice orange roses which have a light yellow touch. So you see it's not strict going into the colors in one only. It always goes in different types of orange, yellow. It varies a little bit.
So that's speaking about the external, let's say, of the cake, dipping deep inside to the flavor.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend? What do you think is the perfect flavor for, you know, a wedding theme of orange and gold?
Orange and gold, you would go with maybe an orange sponge or a chocolate and orange sponge with a nice bitter orange cream, or you can have a chocolate buttercream, chocolate ganache filling.
Do you think carrot cake, maybe?
Carrot cake, orange, yeah, but it's not. It's not something traditionally you have as a wedding cake, but it's orange, but it's the cake's not orange, but it's an orange. Well, it's a vegetable, not a fruit. But I would recommend something rich, but also with the tiers you can have different layers, because it's important not to go with what you think is the flavour, and go more of all your guests don't have the same flavours or the same taste as you.
So you can actually have different flavours and different.
Each tier can be a different flavour. Yeah, you can have. Then you cater to more of your guests' needs.
Make everybody happy.
Yeah.
As we are still speaking about the table settings, I'd like to learn more about the adequate plates, cloth, a napkin. Do you think it's okay to use neutral colors like white and beige?
We could use neutral colors as white and beige, but if we go with a full theme into this royal, I would stay with a golden napkin as well. I've shown an example here. We can do different types of napkin foldings, of course, to make it look nice and go with the theme of it. I would also go with this type of plates, which reflects again the glass.
Okay, this is the base.
And the gold. This is the base.
This is going to be the base.
Show plate, yeah, which is on the table.
Okay.
And it reflects again the glass and the gold. So it goes, you see, it's following a theme, but still it's changing. You know, it's different elements and different gold types or different orange types in the flowers.
Yeah.
But it reflects, it comes again. This will be the plate we would be serving with. And you see this matches perfectly. And here you have a break. It's a white plate. I would suggest to go with not too gold colored cutlery, because I think it's too heavy then. So what I would suggest...
It becomes too much if you use a lot of gold. Okay.
What I would suggest is this is gold and silver, so it has a touch of gold.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not too gold. We have a different one, this one, but I think that would be too much gold on the table itself.
Okay.
So just to break it again a little bit. What we would suggest to use is as well these glasses, which have very nice ornaments, which reflect a little bit the Ottoman rich type of style, and I would suggest to go with these kind of glasses.
Andrea, not to interrupt you, do you think if we had them in gold that would be nicer?
I think it's very nice to have them transparent as well, not to bring again the heavy gold on top of it, as we have the gold mainly on the base, the orange on the top, and in the middle it's the transparency that goes up. So that, I think, gives a very nice atmosphere.
And maybe that would reflect a little bit with the cloth that we were just talking about of the table.
That's right. You see on this, and with the organza it will show again that it goes a little bit in a lighter area.
Lighter effect.
Yeah.
Andrea, thank you very much for being with us. It was very informative.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was nice talking to you, and I hope to see you soon again.
Do cakes follow trends? And if yes, what are they?
I think the trend at the moment is to go for more like a cupcake trend, layers of cupcakes, different flavours, different decorations. Also, there's a trend now for chocolate cakes rather than more the traditional iced with flowers. I've got some examples here with the fresh flowers on cupcakes, and this one's decorated with more with buttercream and sugar flowers. So this is more. Then each person gets an individual cake rather than a slice of a cake, and it's more. I think it's more
practical. Let's say. Yeah. Beautiful, trendy cakes. Well, I think they're very practical and really, really nice. If we go back now to the theme of our wedding, gold, orange color specifically is associated with several fruits. How do you think we can integrate that, profit from the taste, and link it to the theme of the wedding?
Well, there's several ways you can use the fruits. Orange obviously, passion fruit, mango. You can use that in flavour the sponge. You can use that to flavour the filling. If your covering is not iced, if it's a cream covering, then you can flavour the cream as well with these fruits. Or you can decorate the cake with the fruits, the fresh fruits.
Chef Tony, it's been deliciously talking to you. How about we go now and see your interpretation of the cake?
Okay.
Okay, let's go. لأنه بزهبة العرس احنا حريصين على الاهتمام بأدق التفاصيل، لابد من اقتراح وجهة شهر عسل مثالية وفقا لموضوع العرس. الليلة بننصحك بفندق مينا السلام مدينة جميرة. بتمنى انك تحضرينا الاسبوع الجاي حتى تحصلي على موضوع جديد، فكرة جديدة، واكيد تحضيرات جديدة.